In 1968, the Beatles won Best Album of the Year for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The Packers won the Super Bowl 33-14 against Oakland. Hair opened on Broadway. And Becker Studios opened in Wausau with one talented young guy, a camera, and a big dream. Today, Becker Communications is 35 years strong, still young, fresh with ideas, growing beyond even Bob Becker's earliest dreams. Over the years, many talented people have played a part in the success of Becker Communications, including Bob's longtime friend and mentor, Bob Geisel. Geisel owned one of the first major production companies in the Midwest, and young Bob Becker was eager to learn. Geisel said, "At the time, the only job we had open was for a delivery boy. But Bob looked like a clean young fellow who said he wanted to learn anything and everything about the business, so I hired him. He stayed dedicated to me and the company and never went back on his word." By 1968, Bob was ready to reach for his own star. With the support of Sue, he launched Becker Studios, offering photographic services for business and industry. Marv Schutte, one of Becker's early clients, says, "Bob was a kind of unassuming guy and a good listener, and that was probably one of his greatest strengths." Bob Wyrock, good friend and president of Wausau Financial System, says Bob Becker is a patient guy who puts his heart and soul into his work. Over the years, patience paid off. In 1972, Becker moved from their Wausau office to Schofield. By the mid-70s, Becker Communications decided to venture into the world of audio-visual production, prompting the need for more employees and space for a large studio, photographic labs, and other services. Less than a decade later, Becker needed more space and was ready for another move. In 1981, the corporate office relocated to its current location. Before long, the space was too small and more construction was necessary. The expansion brought both success and attention. In 1988, the Wausau Area Chamber of Commerce honored Bob Becker with a Small Business Person of the Year award. National recognition followed, with the U.S. Small Business Administration naming Bob Small Business Person of the Year for Region 7. Entering into the 90s, Becker saw still more additions to their core services. A full-service travel agency, TravelLink, was established, along with a corporate meeting services department. 1991 was a banner year with the formation of Becker Exhibits, created to design and build custom trade show exhibits and point-of-purchase displays. In 1994, Becker's work on the Mosinee Paper Corporation's annual report was judged world's best by Sid Cato, president of Cato Communications, and reported in the prestigious Chief Executive magazine of New York, securing their reputation in the world market. Not resting on their laurels, Becker Communications recognized that in order to survive, they needed to adapt to changing markets and technologies. As a result, 1997 arrived with the birth of digital technology, another new Becker department, bringing together navigation, interactivity, video, and motion animation. It was during this time that the core service of Becker, photography, also embraced new technology by adding digital photography to their services. Bursting at the seams and feeling the need for expansion, in 2002, Becker Exhibits opened a new 60,000 square foot display and exhibits manufacturing facility. The beginning of 2004 brought yet another change to Becker, with TravelLink becoming a franchisee of Carlson Wagenlied Travel. Over the years,
hey everybody,
Bob has developed many friendships and achieved great respect from the community. Bob Wyrock comments that there is a philosophy he and Bob Becker share. You can get anything you want in life as long as you help other people get what they want. Friend and corporate attorney Tuck Mallory had this to say: "Bob has always been willing to invest in people," and recalls the story of a family friend, Bob Hertz, who wanted to produce a wildlife movie that would encourage Alaskan tours. The film was produced and helped provide a source of income for his friend. According to people who know him, Bob Becker is a man who makes decisions with his heart. He knows who he is, and has carried his family values into the very fabric of the company. For Bob Becker, the real stars in his life are Andy, Joel, and Ann, his 3 children, who along with Sue continue to serve in various roles within the Becker organization. Becker Communications has always taken a strong interest in the community. Bob, along with Bob Geisel, added to the historical record of Wausau with the publication of their book, Forever in Focus, a compilation of historical photos from the world of Wausau. Shortly after the book was completed, Bob and Bob undertook another venture with the production of a video, Tomorrow Calling, a tool used by education and industry to promote the life quality of central Wisconsin. Sue also helps the company give back to the community through her involvement in a variety of causes, including crime prevention, the arts, local sports programs, Wausau Marathon County Chamber events, and the many services she provides for the D.C. Everest School District. On most any day, Bob and Sue are easy to find at Becker Communications. According to employees, who shall remain nameless, one of Bob's favorite management styles is referred to as MBWA, the acronym for Management by Walking Around. Becker Communications has high praise for its employees, who have always played a major role in the success of the company.
But it all comes back to everyone here, not only because of my friendship and trust in you, but the fact that we have a long way to go and a lot of years ahead of us, we hope.
It is their enthusiasm, new ideas, and dedication to Becker customers that keep customers coming back for quality products and services. "35 years ago, one man with a camera, tripod, and a lot of talent took hold of the American dream. Today, Bob, Sue, their family, along with their employees in Schofield, Milwaukee, and Chicago, are living the results of what hard work and dedication can achieve. In 2003, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is #1 on the top 500 of Rolling Stone's greatest albums of all time. The Packers are the NFC North champions. And Becker Communications? Check back in another 35 years.